Hey family, it's Dr. Alduan, Tartt, Christian psychologist. So many of you had so much to say when I posted a video outlining what narcissistic personality disorder looks like. And then a gift came my way. Did you all see that video of the image consultant who positions himself as a dating coach, giving a single Black mom dating advice that was absolutely horrible? Did you see that? I'm going to break it down because I'm going to point out point by point narcissistic personality disorder in this video and tell you what advice should have been given to this beautiful Black queen. Watch the beginning of this video.
A six-figure guy is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's
I honestly want a six-figure guy is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality.
Whoa. All right, first thing, y'all gonna start to see this yourself. Someone like me. Who is he? Well, I did a little research, and this is a 51-year-old single man who's an image consultant giving dating advice with no credentials. No credentials, and there's no evidence that he's a high income figure man. He may not be, but as the video goes on, I'll let you decide.
Instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas.
Whoa. So now he's attacking her for being the only parent there to raise her son. All right, this is something I just absolutely gets under my skin, is where we blame single moms for being in a relationship when there's a deadbeat dad. All right. So he's basically saying that men don't want women who stand by their children. Is that true? I mean, I know stats, and the stats say that when kids get to high school, almost 40 to 50% of those families are blended families. So someone's marrying single moms. It's happening every day. All right, that's mistruth number two. I'm not gonna even count because they're probably in the hundreds, but let's keep watching.
I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
All right, so he's asking her why it's so hard for her to receive that no one wants to be with her who's on her level. And you say on her level, oh, keep watching. You'll see later in this video. She's asking for someone on the same level.
Why is it so what?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick.
All right, excuse the language there. But there he goes. He tells you his age, yet he's still single. And let me just keep it real. There is some truth to younger women being attracted to older men, but really, if you want me to be 100 with you, they're attracted to the security that older men bring. All right, so that could be financial. You don't have to worry about it. He should be established at 51. That's no judgment, but I'm saying you should be more established at 51 than you were at 41 and 31. Now, don't get me wrong, in life, there are ups and downs, but a woman, of course, is going to be attracted to security. What's wrong with that? You want to feel secure. You want to know that if something comes up, your man's going to take care of it. And also, we're talking about emotional security. He should be emotionally secure. He should be able to communicate at 51. He shouldn't shut down when you ask him how he feels. So they're looking for that security of a father figure, of a man, of daddy who can hold it down, not necessarily this guy. So women are not necessarily attracted to the age. They're attracted to the security. Let's keep watching.
That's another one you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I
All right, well, I was supposed to let that clip roll, but I just couldn't. I got caught up in my feelings. Emotional abuse. Did you catch that? That's a narcissistic trait to break you down. So he said, what would you rate yourself in the face? And you can't pick 7. Who is he to tell you that you can't pick a 7? Is he God? Oh, that's what narcissists do. So it's a form of emotional abuse to say, rate yourself. And so what it did psychologically, because he knows where he's going, is say, basically rate yourself below a 7 so I can basically prove to you that you are average. What hurt my heart was when she fell for it and she rated herself a 5. Ladies, beware of toxic men like this. Let's keep watching.
put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress
It's
size.
so petty.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So
So let's pause. I mean, so y'all are, I saw a lot of the comments in the videos, which is why I did this. When people posted this video, if you've seen it before, he's equating, he, not she, is equating, you're not a good man if you don't make 6 figures. He's saying you're average. If you don't make 6 figures, you're an average guy. You should be offended by what he said. He's ruling out character. He's ruling out your relationship with God, your earning a potential for the future, the fact that you're holding down for the kids, the fact that you're open and honest, you're a family man. He's nullifying all that. He's the one who's superficial. But that's his personality. I'm not disrespecting him, but I'm simply just breaking it down the way a psychologist would, especially since he wants to go off on our beautiful Black queens. You can't stand by that anymore. That's not cool. That's not cool. He's the one saying, if you're not making a lot of money, you're not worth it. All right. So there's some shallowness and superficial qualities to his own personality and the way he's looking at this. So don't get mad at her. Get mad at him.
Did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women. Off rip.
All right, so I saw a lot of women comment on this and say, "Oh, is this true?" And the guy say, "Hey, that's true," but that's not reality. The reality is that when you see couples in church, there's a mismatch when it comes to their superficial beauty. You don't see 10s walking around with 10s all the time. Now, that's some old Hollywood stuff, and we know the divorce rate in Hollywood is off the meter. People are connected to people for more than just looks. Matter of fact, I did some research. It's a book called His Needs or Her Needs. Can I tell you the top 5 things that women are looking for according to the research? Number 1, they're looking for a man who's affectionate. Number 2, they're looking for a man who can converse. He has good conversational skills. Number 3, they're looking for a man who's open and honest. They can deal with some shortcomings, just don't lie about it. Number 4, they're looking for a man who's financially secure. When we did the research, When they did the research, rather, they looked at it and said, even high income earning women, alpha females, if you want to call them, preferred to be with a man who gave her the option to work. Now, she may decide to work and earn her millions herself, but every woman, quiet as kept, wants the option to work. I'm just going to keep it 100. Number 5, they're looking for a family man. Not only a man who's good in business, but a man who can also balance business with being good to the family. Can I give you the top 5 needs of men? The real ones, number 1, I'm just going to be honest, sexual fulfillment. In marriage, men want to make sure that they're not bored with their wife and that it's great. Number 2, this is going to surprise you. They want a recreational companion, someone they can play with. This is fairly new research. Men want their wife to go to the game with them, play golf with them, at least watch a show, do some fun things with them. That is new. That it used to be old school. Number 3, looking for a woman who's physically attractive. That there's some truth in that. You have to be at a certain point. Your man does have to see you as beautiful, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it's really about your confidence level. If you feel like you're a 10, men are going to gravitate to the most confident woman in the room. And why do men feel that way? Because when they're married, you want to say, is that your wife? You want guys to be like, boy, she's bad. I'm just being honest. Number 4, men want a woman Domestic support. We want a woman who knows how to keep house. Now, I'm not talking about a maid, even though there's a piece of it, and keeping a house clean and whatnot. But really talking about, do you know how to tutor our kids in a pandemic? Do you know how to get the kids to school on time? Do you know how to use proper English? Do you not curse around our children? Do you study the Bible? Do you have good values? Can you converse with my parents? Are you a good person? Can you make sure that our household runs properly? Are you financially responsible? Men are looking for all of those things. Can you make our house look good for guests? Men are looking for that whole thing because they're used to seeing that with their mom. And then 5, men are looking for admiration. Men are looking for a woman who actually laughs at his jokes, admires him, and looks up to him and communicates that on a regular basis, both verbally and physically. Let's keep watching.
If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
All right, first of all, that's a mistruth again. He's basically saying that if you married your wife early on, before you start earning 6 figures, you settled. Because you could have done better. Because had you waited, if your wife is rated below you, whatever superficial beauty status he's talking about, so he's saying if you see a woman who's less attractive than her husband, all right, by whatever standards, he's saying if that man had made 6 figures, he would have upgraded from a woman like this. I mean, it's just crazy. Like, men don't date. Now, don't get me wrong. Men do look at beauty, of course, but they're looking for the whole package. They're looking for all those things I said combined. They're not looking for the video vixen as a wife. And I'm not knocking any video vixens. I'm just simply saying they're looking for someone with the total package, not just knock down, drag out looks.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But you're, man.
Now, men, y'all know. Men, y'all know. The body does bump up a woman. I don't care what he says.
Say what?
And what I'm saying is that it's your confidence in your body. It doesn't matter what you have, it's how you walk with what you have. If you walk like you're $1 million, men are gonna say, man, why is she walking with all that confidence? I want to see what she's all about. So it's not this superficial doing all these measurements. It's about, are you healthy? Are you confident in the body type that God gave you? And can you walk like a woman with confidence?
I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice.
Don't go to an advice from a man like this.
The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but
says who?
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking women, average looking woman who's older, average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy.
Whoa, there he goes. Blaming again, blaming her for having a sketchy baby daddy. What about saying that you held it down for your son, for your 13-year-old son, however old he is? You held it down without any help from a man who's supposed to be supporting you, whether you're together or not. Then we have to stop that kind of toxic masculinity. This man is toxic.
This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one.
Qualify, like a loan, huh?
And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there.
You do.
But
you do want to go there.
Put in all these other factors. Why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Yeah. Why is he so convicted to make her pick an average guy? So basically he's saying you should settle, downgrade. Who wants an average guy? When you said when you met your husband, I picked him because he was average. When I met my wife, I picked her because I deemed her to be average. No, you need to date someone who's phenomenal as you are. Maybe there's something going on here inside of him. Whenever someone attacks something, usually there's something going on with them that sets them off. But you're going to see for yourself.
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina.
Really? Hold on. Here's the
But if your
kicker.
ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money.
He's
It ain't
putting
ours.
himself in
We
that
care about
category.
the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average. And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you.
Hold on. Do you see his agenda is not to give dating advice. His agenda is to break people down. This is what narcissists do because they don't believe that the two of us can have high self-esteem. I have to suck the self-esteem from you, bring you down so that you can see me higher. So he's breaking her down for having a business. He's breaking her down saying you're average. He's forcing average down her throat. He is basically putting his foot on her head, basically saying, I will make you think that this is toxic masculinity. Stay and as she said, you saw what set him off. He says, I feel in order to submit, and he went off. And why would you go off? Maybe not him, but a lot of men go off when women say it's hard for me to submit when you're not a leader. If you're not providing, if you're not taking care of bills, and I mean providing by being ambitious, being financially responsible, and handling your business. All right, that allows me to be able to say, okay, you got it. But if you don't handle it, how can I submit when the lights are getting cut off? I'm just talking to you about the reality of all women, but especially single women, where the dad is nowhere to be found and you have to raise your teenage son. Of course, you're going to date a man who knows how to provide. I told you, of all married women, poll from the book, His Needs or Her Needs, financial commitment, financial responsibility was in the top 5. So we stop hating on women when this reality is that you can have all the love that you want, but if you have a man who's unambitious, who's not able to pay the bills, who spends more than he makes, who's not being responsible, who abandons his family and leaves you with the bills, you still have to provide food on the table for your child, still have to get him or her books. Stop beating on this woman. You need to be getting on men for abandoning our beautiful Black queens. And then he's talking about men don't marry women who are older with a kid. Last I checked, Russell Wilson married Sierra. Now, granted, Sierra is over the moon. She's 25 on a scale of 10. I get it. But Russell Wilson dated her, and y'all know Sierra, you know what's going on with the father. I don't talk negatively about anyone because I don't want to see him in the streets. All right. But I'm saying he overlooked that. Why? Because the quality of Sierra's total package was worth it. And there are a lot of people, there are a lot of Sierras out there. There are a lot of you who are 10s. All right, who are married to awesome men who did not care about what was going on before he met you. He just looked at the quality, looked at the package, took the total package and say, you know what, we're going to blend, we're going to make this thing work.
See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 foot, 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people.
So do you see that? Most people get average people. And I, the host, am not average. I'm above everyone else. If you watch his show, he puts everyone down. Why? So that he can elevate. Keep watching. This is going to blow your mind. What happens next?
You're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years.
Whoa. What did he say? Hold up. First of all, he tried to get the woman to work at the post office. All right, why can't she work wherever she wants? And what's wrong with working at the post office? Post office, they have some great benefits, and you can't never get fired for the post office. Right now, if you work for the post office, you are a hero because we rely on you. But okay, so he just basically poo-poos on everyone that works in the postal service, which I find highly disrespectful. Highly disrespectful. All right. So he basically says, I'm going to put you in a job that makes me feel elevated. And he says, all right, you're not special. You run a pet grooming business. What's wrong with running a business? Hold up. How much does it make, good people? 6 figures. How many years in a row? 3. Single mom of a 13-year-old boy making 6 figures a year, 3 years in a row. Oh, I would think that if she's asking for a man that at least brings to the table what she brings to, that's called equally yoked. See, she's not a gold digger. How can you be a gold digger if you have your own gold?
Hey. But if I'm looking at you, but if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same. I'm just.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
Oh, so now women that get extensions and have weave, God forbid they work out, and try to look nice. He's basically saying all of you that get extensions in your hair, that try to look nice, that get eyebrows and beautify yourself. Basically, you're supposed to be all natural. According to this guy, so he's just breaking you down. You can't win for, and if you were all natural, he'd probably be the same guy, like, why don't you get some bundles? Why don't you do some eyelashes? He's just gonna break you down no matter where you are. So if you're in a relationship with a narcissistic man, run, because he's never, ever interested in elevating you, because the only way his ego inflates is to suck the air out of you.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same, because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy.
Whoa. He's recommending that she needs therapy. You see the projection here? The projection is where you really feel something inside and you project it like a projector onto someone else. All right, he's saying she needs therapy. And the thing that hurts right here is his sister is looking for validation. And typically when we're looking for validation, there's some unmet need, usually in childhood, somewhere in the past, where you're looking for someone to say, validate that I am special, that I am someone who is special. And she's coming to this male figure because we have this idea that men without any type of qualifications are the prize. No, you have to be a prize to be a prize. You can't, you're not a great man just because you're male. You have to be a high character man who's ambitious, who's going after, who knows how to actually elevate your queen. See, a real man, especially one who's affluent, is not going to disrespect a woman who's making 6 figures 3 years in a row. A pet woman, he's going to say, girl, you bad. Let's talk about how to scale that up to 7 figures, 8 figures. Let's figure out how to pull you out of that so day to day you can actually let that thing run as a franchise and you just collect checks. He's not going to be intimidated by her business because he has his own. But this man intimidates her to knock her down. Well, I'm not going to go into, but watch him lose it. Watch him unravel.
Like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
You're being so mean.
I'm not being, don't tell me I'm being mean.
Can't tell the truth, huh?
I'm about to be mean.
Oh, she can't tell you the truth.
You broads.
Oh,
telling me I'm being mean because you cannot handle a goddamn.
Oh,
truth.
man, curse
you
God.
Called my show on a day that you ain't even supposed to be here.
But you accepted the call.
The call and sat here.
And what you're supposed to do as a host.
Telling me I'm being mean.
You are mean.
Fuck out,
oh, and then he cursed. Excuse the language.
Tired of y'all.
Oh. Well, you see where that's going. You see what that's going. He just went. Do you see in an interview at work, which he's obviously taping and looking at the camera, he couldn't even control himself. He couldn't even play it cool. That's what happens when you date a narcissist. She spoke truth. Whole time he's saying, you know what, accept the truth, trying to get her to believe that she's average. And then when she said, you're being mean, which he is, he's being mean. No one looking at this thinks that this is not mean unless you came from an abusive background, or maybe you identify with being mean and abusive and calling it like it is. Just because you believe something doesn't mean you have the right to be mean. There's a way in which you say it. Even when Jesus corrects, he's not mean. He says, all right, when Peter betrayed him, he said, hey, you asked him, do you love me 3 times? Why Peter betrayed him 3 times? He sent the message in a nice yet very strong way. So here's the message. Don't date men like this. Don't get dating advice from men like this. You want to get real dating advice? Go to theringforeman.com. My wife and I will give dating advice. Go to Tony Gaskins. Go to Jack Daniels. Go to Anita Barriola. Go to Kenny Pugh. Go to Paul Carrick Brunson. Go to Derek Jackson. I can go on and on and on. Go to people who are reputable. But if you're looking to get real dating advice and work through your stuff, go to someone with degrees. Go to someone who's a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a social worker, a counselor, someone in the clergy who has clinical training, pastoral counseling training. Go to someone who's trusted so that you don't have to go to wolves like this. Sometimes wolves present themselves in sheep's clothing like a dating coach, when really what they want to do is bring people down to elevate their own brand, their own psyche. You don't need to do that if you already have healthy self-esteem. You only need to do that if your self-esteem is unhealthy. Ladies, run. Beautiful Black sister, I'm proud of you. The fact that you're making 6 figures, you need to be doing a class teaching other single moms how to do it, because we support and we celebrate you, and your king is waiting on you. There's someone that's impressed by this young lady. And I pray to God in Jesus' name that you find a king so that you can go back, send this dude a snapshot of your king and let him cry. All right, y'all, God bless. Never date a guy like this. I hope y'all enjoy it. Follow me at drtartt.com.